Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team with Goodwood F1 Racing. Tonight, round 14, the final race before the mid-season break, we are heading to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. And this is the last race we'll have before we get to put some upgrades on the car, which we desperately need because we do not have any pace at all. And whereas I kind of harped on with a little bit of doom every time in the beginning of the most recent races, saying this is going to be a tough one, I think this one really could be a tough one because we are so much slower than the cars in front of us at the moment. This circuit is almost entirely flat out and high speed. There's very little low speed for us to kind of hang on. If we take a look at the track map, you can see there a lot of it is flat out, a lot of it is high speed corners. We don't have great high speed performance, we certainly don't have high top speed. We could really be up against it. We're going to be sitting ducks on the camel straight there. Really are going to struggle there. And with our poor acceleration compared to some of the rivals as well, we could really struggle coming out of La Source into Eau Rouge and into Rivage as well. So this is not going to be a good race for us. Hopefully, we can at least achieve our sponsor goals and get a little bit of extra cash. But, we shall have to see. How you doing, Dino? How you doing, John? What's the board review? The board, they said we can carry on for now. We have a low approval rating with the board, so we did not get a little bonus payout. You need to be at medium confidence just to get 750k and high to get a 1.5 mil. We're at low, so we got nothing except the chance to run the team for the next 6 months. So let's hope that we can survive. Let me have a quick check of our car builds. We have both cars on the same chassis, both on the front wing, both on the rear wing, both on the side pods. I've only got the one underfloor, so we are running a slower underfloor for Liam. I can't remember his name for a second. We have no real choice on that one, unfortunately. But we do have both cars on the same suspension. So the only difference is the underfloor. We are kind of putting all of our eggs in the Porsche basket. Damn it. Did not mean to do that. Once you hit the the target's point, that's it. There's the point of no return. What I meant to do was check the driver stats. There we go. So looking at the stats there, given how important cornering is, I do think we have to go with Porsche having the better underfloor here. The braking is very little difference at all. Slightly better smoothness means tyre wear should be a little bit better. We can be a bit more flexible with Porsche's strategy as well. His reactions are better. His accuracy is better. It makes sense that he gets the best possible loadout out of the two drivers at this stage. But as I say, we will have new underfloors after the summer break. You can see it is 1 day away from being ready to go into manufacturing. We can't actually start that till we get back on the Monday. But we also have side pods coming as well, and we will have enough time at the very least to get the two underfloors done before we go to Zandvoort. Hopefully the side pods as well. And we'll take it from there and see how we do. I have got a little bit of cash. I am going to build one spare part. I'm just going to build a spare front wing, and possibly a spare rear wing as well, because I don't think I have a spare rear wing. I don't. So we're going to gamble and hope that we get enough cash to immediately put at least one of the underfloors into production. There we go. So we'll have those projects finished in 3 days, which is when we'll then be able to start work on building the underfloors. Your performance sucks. Here's no money to make your car better. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, dear. All right. We are ready to set some targets. So, Porsche, we are going to go 18th with Porsche. And we're going to go 20th with Lawson. And keep our fingers crossed.
This weekend, we're in Belgium, in the picturesque province of Liège. Halfway through the season, it's too early to call the championship. Can teams make good before the summer break, or will they be hoping for a reset? Let's get this underway.
So it is a pretty low downforce circuit in some respects. Not sure where we need to be on the rear wing here. We are going to be running our practice parts, as we always do. Got enough life left in that gearbox, I think. That is our weakest engine now. We're going to be running brand new engines tonight. And let's have a look at the car parts here. I can just squeeze a little bit more out of that engine. And we'll have to stick with that gearbox. Right, so it's a long lap, so 15 laps should be enough. Setup wise, let's go low setup on the front. Let's go with a 4.5. Let's go with a 12 on the rear. I'm going to go with a 1.9. And I'm not sure what to do with that, so we'll just go with that. And we'll go slightly different with Porsche. I'm going to go with a 12.5. I'm going to go with a 4.5. I'm going to go with a 3.7. I'm going to push that up a bit more, and same with that as well.
Radio check.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Hello, mate. Can you hear me?
So there's a new story that's been doing the rounds over the last day or so in Formula One, and that is that there's a possibility, and this is just a rumour at the moment, there is no confirmation of this story at all. It's speculation at this point, but the speculation goes that Alpine and High-Tech could possibly be joining forces and merging into a new team going forward, which could potentially see the return of Nikita Mazepin back on the grid, as the Mazepins do have very close ties to High-Tech. I kind of hope that that is just typical internet bullshit. It's not going to happen. I really don't want to see Mazepin back in. He just is not good enough. There's so many other drivers that are more deserving of a seat. And it would be a bit of a sad way for Alpine to go out. I mean, they haven't done themselves any favours at all. They brought everything on themselves that they're currently going through. But if they're at that point, they should just sell up entirely and just get out, rather than just trying to hang on in some weird amalgamation project. All right, not a great start for Lawson there.
Like, super tricky to work out where we are with balance.
Give me update.
And even worse for Porsche as well. So are we? I'm guessing we are way off on the roll bar. The front wing might be well off, and the rear wing could be off a little bit as well. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, we are way off. And it is going to be at least an 11. Don't think it's going to be a 10.5 for us. We'll go with an 11 for now. We are a little short on the front wing. That needs to change. Let's go kind of in the middle. We'll go with a 6.4. Let's pull that back a little bit more. Push that up a little bit more. Let's see how that shakes out. Anything that Maldonado, Latifi, or the cucumber. Take that all the way down to 0. Yeah, let's give that a try. So I'm going to be dropping a video tomorrow on the channel. It's already uploaded and it's rendering at the moment. It'll go live tomorrow afternoon, and it is an experiment. It's not necessarily a guarantee of a series, but it is something I wanted to try, and it is an entire F1 race but condensed into a 1 hour format. So no whizzing through time, apart from obviously qualifying, bits of qualifying. The race is still run at normal time, but I'm picking moments and playing those moments rather than the entire race, because I can only edit videos up to a total length of an hour on the PS5. So I'm going to drop it tomorrow as an experiment, see how it goes, see what kind of reception it gets, and if you guys enjoy it, then we'll look to continue that and see how it goes. Basically a highlights package. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's more highlights than the full race, because I still want to show you how I'm going through the backstage running of the team, with decisions in terms of the emails and car development and sponsors and all that stuff. No practice. I do that off camera. skip through most of qualifying, and then just try and dedicate at least half an hour of footage to the race highlights themselves. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. See what you guys think of it, and then, like I said, if you enjoy that format, then we'll look to continue that going forward. I am going to prep a second episode just in case, and it's going to probably be something that will release on Saturdays and Sundays, and then we'll do the streams during the week, and then the videos on the weekend. It's my Channel 4 highlights instead of the Sky main feed. Yeah, I suppose that's one way of looking at it, yeah. It's not Goodwood. No, Goodwood is the live series. This is just standard career mode, so no creator team. It's going to be with Ferrari. But there will be a changing of teams probably at some point in the future if the series continues.
Okay, copy.
Right, only up to 65%. Still quite a way off. How you doing, Patkins? How you doing, Jeremy? Good to see you guys. And even further off with Lawson. We are a long way off. A lot of work to do. It's just as well this is not a sprint weekend. Do I do bad strategies for them? I don't do the plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F. You know, no, I'm running the team, not Ferrari. All right. Okay, that's going to be a 10. Wow. Okay, that's lower than I thought it would be. Let's take that down to a 2.5 then. That has gone too far. Let's go to a 6.4. No, let's go to a 5.5. Push that up. Put that up. Let's go to a 3. And we'll go with that. So we want to go 4 laps of fuel. Actually, 24 laps is probably a little bit too much. Let's go with 22 laps of fuel. What are we going to do here? Again, we're looking at a 10. That's way too high. Let's bring that down to a 4. That could still be a 7.3. Gotta go with that. See how we shake out with that. Practice setup seem a lot harder this season. Not so much. It's just, you know, I'm not using the notebook. You know, I'm doing everything, you know, off the cuff, like we did with our Aston series at the end of Hardcore. Bracken says, I mentioned your channel to my brother and he's watching. Ah, well. Glad to hear it. I hope he enjoys it. You still use my notebook. Yeah, I mean, the whole purpose of the notebook was to get a head start the following season's race. There's no reason why you shouldn't use it. I just want to approach this year with the let's see what happens mentality, and also to try and highlight that once you understand how sliders work, it can be relatively straightforward. You know, if not a little bit fiddly, but for the most part, it can be relatively straightforward to narrow it down to close to perfect, if not perfect, every time. Evening, Wayne. And there we go, we're up to 95%. That's a really nice improvement.
Copy.
I am going to call him in. We'll make some minor adjustments.
Very stable.
75% with Lawson. Oh, we're still a way off there. Maybe we need to go lower on the rear wing. Maybe it's a 9.5 for Lawson's car.
I'm happy to box.
Copy.
I didn't think it would be that low. I thought that would be, Monza kind of wing. Didn't expect it here. I thought with all the cornering and the fact that it's high-speed cornering, we'd need a little bit more rear downforce than that. We're probably still off on the roll bar as well. Right, so is it the front wing? Oh, it's just a couple of little bits. So let's pull that back to a 2.5. Let's drop that down to a 0.15. And I'm going to tweak that instead. Let's go that way. Maybe not. There we go. We'll go with that. We'll see how that works. Fair bit more work needed on Lawson's car. We're still about 25% away. So yeah, that is gonna be a 9.5. Okay. Roll bar is still way off. That needs to be at least a 5.5. Let's bring the front wing down a touch. Let's push that up. It's actually going to be a 4.6 by the look of it. There we go. We'll try. Oh no, wait, that front wing's still where it was before. There we go. That's what we'll go with. So I got into an argument with the bin men this morning. It was recycling day today. Got up nice and early because I had that big Amazon box from when I did my Amazon shop a few weeks back and got my microwave, my grill, the kettle, a few other bits and bobs for the bathroom and stuff like that. And the bin was full at the time. Couldn't get the stuff in. So I just left the box in the kitchen and just put all the rubbish from those delivery boxes inside there. This morning, went out with the bin as the truck pulled up, try and get them to put that in as well. It was just a cardboard box with that long sort of card paper wrap stuff that they put in, the brown paper to pad out the boxes, and another cardboard box in there as well. That was it. That was all that was in there. Refused to take it. Said they're not allowed to take side waste anymore, that it has to be cut up and put in the bins, and basically refused to take a damn near empty cardboard box, even if it was a big box. They refused to take it. So they emptied my bin, ripped everything up, stuffed it in the bin, tried to go after them. By the time I got all that done, they were too far down, too far away, and so now my bin is a third full on the day of collection, and I've got to wait another 2 weeks now before they come back, and I'll give them a dirty glance as they empty the bin this time. Yeah, was not a happy man this morning. I got up early especially to get that thrown out. I don't do 7 o'clock in the morning. It's too early. Oh, we have a crash. Logan Sargent. Is that Sargent in front of me?
Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
It is.
Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. That will have knocked their
he's quite lucky, actually.
Sure.
The gravel took quite a lot of the speed out of him there. So he's got some damage, but it could have been a lot worse. Right, we are close to feedback and close to the end of the session as well. Let's see if those changes have worked. We only need to find just a little bit with Porsche. He was at 95. Lawson needed a lot more. He was at 75. And we are so close. Just one little click of toe. Porsche is perfect. So happy, very happy with that. We've basically got him done with a session to spare. Let's call him in and let's see how we've done with Lawson. 97, it's close. That might be the front wing. It's either going to be the front wing or it's going to be the camber, the cornering. One of those two. Get a nice helicopter shot as we come through the Stavelot corners. Towards Blanchimont.
Okay, copy that.
And then off into the pits. session is done. And a very productive session it was indeed. Right, so that has to go up. There we go. That setup is done. We're going to go with just the 15 laps. I think just to be safe, let's go 18 laps of fuel. Probably more than I need, but better safe than sorry. And now I have to make this decision on Lawson as to which way round it needs to be. That will only need 15 laps. He's at 87%. And it is the cornering. But at least I can see which way it needs to go. So that should be easy to correct, in theory. There is a risk I break a lot of other things in the process. Hopefully that will fix it without breaking anything else.
Green, 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 green.
Max yet to set a time. There he goes. Up to 5th. Second off the pace. Oh, now he goes top. There we go. Normal service has been resumed.
Can you give me quick feedback, please? Yeah, copy.
And there we go. Porsche is done. Let's call him in. Just waiting on Lawson. And Lawson is done as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is how you go to 100%. Perfect. So let's hope that the race goes as smoothly as practice went for us there, because we need a break, really. It would be so nice to have a really favourable result tonight and actually get a positive bit of feedback from the board. We have been skirting on the very edge of disaster for a little while now, and while I know we're going to gain some performance with the upgrades after the summer break when we go to Zandvoort, I don't know how much performance we're going to gain, and we're not going to be the only ones who are bringing upgrades. The AI is also going to be bringing upgrades. The one slight positive in our short-term future is that the AI apparently is not very good at research at the moment, so hopefully we won't be too far away from them next season, because I don't think we're going to have enough money to do any research this year. But yeah, we shall see. We have a penalty for Sonoda. Is that for new parts, I wonder? Let's have a little look at his car. New ERS. So, yeah, that'll be his third ERS unit then. So, that should theoretically be a 10-place penalty, but we've seen bugs where the AI does get dropped further. I don't know if that was one of the things that was fixed or in the most recent patch, or it's one of the things that's going to be fixed in an upcoming patch. I guess we'll find out once qualifying's done.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
Qualifying at Spa is one of the most exciting sessions of the year, and the season's longest lap leaves little margin for error. Drivers need to give it their all whilst avoiding any mistakes.
Now, Karun, how do you think Zhou Guanyu will be as he heads into this session?
They weren't as quick as I expected them to be in practice. They'll want to land better lap times than that today to earn a solid position on the starting grid.
So stay with us, folks. It's sure to be a good one.
Right then, brand new engine tonight. Change the ERS unit. We're probably going to have to buy new ERS units at some point this year as well. That's going to be an expense that I really can afford without. Can afford to do without. We just about got that engine through. Look at that. We killed it completely in the end. I completely forgot that the engine was so low. There we go. We have extracted the most of the hardware we can so far. And let's see how we do. I am actually in two minds. Do I want to start at the back tonight? You know what? I think I do. I think I'm going to start at the back.
Green.
I'm not going to qualify. I'm just going to see what happens. If we start at the back, we're not going to lose confidence in those opening laps and just drop off the back of the train. We'll just hold position and then try and push to catch up when they inevitably break after like the first lap or so, and then just see if we can stay with them. I don't know what the strategy is going to be here, but having lots of soft tyres will certainly help. Ooh, is that on his out lap? An in lap or the flying lap? It messed up Alonso and it messed up the Alpine as well. I think that was his flying lap. It was. That was his flying lap and he aborted, went to the pits. So Russell is in trouble at the moment. We'll actually keep an eye on him here. There he is. I was about to say no times for Porsche and Lawson. That's us. We have deliberately not gone out. And we'll do a helicopter lap. And now he starts pushing up to the bus stop. Into the La Source hairpin. Through Eau Rouge and onto the Camel Straits. Into Les Combes. Through Malmedy. Through Rivage. And then through a corner with many, many names, ironically. It was originally the corner with no name, because it didn't have a name. Then it was also referred to as Speaker's Corner because historically that was the first corner that the commentators would be able to see the cars coming back after they disappeared off into the forest. So it became known as Speaker's Corner, but it was actually renamed the Jackie X Corner in 2018. And we've obviously gone through Pouillon and the Stavelot into Blanchimont as we run up to the bus stop. And onto the main, crossing the line, and Russell is safe. Alonso is in danger. Is Alonso going to make it through? He's the last one. And Alonso is safe. So it's Magnussen, Gasly, Albon and Zhou who are eliminated. Sargent all the way up in 11th place, ahead of Oscar Piastri, who is on an in-lap. So good lap for Logan there. Evening all. You still hear commentators call it no name. Yeah, I still refer to it as no name. It's just it was either referred to as Speaker's Corner or no name for the longest time, but it was renamed, say, Jackie X in 2018. But I think it's just force of habit. I mean, I still call it no name, even though technically it's not.
Well, it's a fantastic turnout, as it always is here in Belgium, as we prepare for 44 laps around Spa.
Motor car racing didn't have the best of starts at Spa-Francorchamps. Only one driver registered for the very first car race back in 1921, so a motorbike race replaced it instead. Times have changed, and now Spa is a solid fixture on the F1 calendar.
This circuit was built in 1921, and even though its length was halved in 1979, the Belgian Grand Prix is still one of the longest, fastest, and most magical races on the F1 calendar. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Porsche there in front of the car, channeling his inner punk, touching the ground. He was about to yell, "It's clobbering time," but the camera cut away. And now we have to look at strategy. It is going to be probably a 2-stop. Oh yeah, 2-stop is so much quicker. And we've got plenty of soft tyres to play about with. So let's have a little look at what we want to do. I'm thinking that right, what if I start on the mediums? And then go soft to soft at the end, like that. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, that is our preferred strategy. We'll try and do the same with Lawson, but his tyre wear is not as good. So that might be a little bit trickier. We can make that work. There we go. For fuel, I'm going to take, let's see, it's 2.2 kilos for a lap here. I'm going to take just 2 laps of fuel out, I think. No, I'm going to take 3 laps out. It worked for us yesterday. Let's do 3 laps again. We're not going to push anything at the start. Not even the tyres. And starting from the back, see how well we can do.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. A short moment of time to themselves to focus on the race ahead.
Sitting in 22nd with a long and difficult race lying ahead, sure to be a test of resilience and patience.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. You can hear the excitement in the crowd here at the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So, can Leclerc jump Max? It's not looking likely. What a start from Verstappen there. Way ahead off the line.
Copy.
There we go. Porsche is our better, stronger car, so we want him in front. We do not want them fighting because we don't want them taking any confidence out of each other. So to finish off our naming of corners, this is Pouillon. Into Lefagne's chicane. And then into the Stavelos. And I'm not pushing the tyres yet, despite our strategy calling for us to do that, because while we are able to stay with them like this, I want to just build up a little bit of extra rubber so that I can then unleash with a full tyre push rather than just an increased tyre push. The Porsche's confidence has already recovered back into high because of the personal best sectors. And we are at the moment staying nicely in the DRS range. We go through Radion. Now we're starting to get dropped, so now we are going to up the tyres.
Any good pace?
See if we can stay close enough without using the battery just yet. Let's take a look at the tyres in front of us as well. Joe is on softs, Albon on mediums, and then everyone in front of that, you know, the next three cars, Magnussen, Gasly and Sargent, all on softs as well. But we might have to use the battery here just to stay in touch. In fact, we are dropping off, so let's turn off battle assist because we're not going to need that, but let's turn on the batteries.
Copy.
Let's try and close that gap back down.
Copy.
We've almost got back onto Joe, who is flirting with being dropped. He might have lost the DRS. I don't know. We might have caught it. I don't know. It's very tight at the moment. Did Lawson stay in range? He did. Porsche didn't quite make it. Joe did just make it. So we will push the tyres for an extra lap on Porsche before we turn them down to our preferred pace setting. At this part of the season, do I consider my car better than the Kick Sauber? It's hard to say. It's pretty close. We seem to be performing better than Joe, but we are nowhere near at the level of Bottas. The driver component definitely does contribute to the car as to how quick it's going to go. And Bottas is a much better driver than R2 at the moment. I can fight with Joe, and I can usually beat Joe. I can kind of fight with Magnussen from time to time. I can fight with Sargent from time to time. I can fight with Gasly from time to time. Very rarely can I fight with Albon, but you know, he doesn't seem to be looking that quick today. We're not where we need to be. Let's just leave it at that. I think that's fair to say.
Try to keep the tires cool.
Copy.
Right, Porsche has got into range.
Copy that. Copy.
Need to still get Lawson there. We should see the pace in front start to slow down a little bit now as they've used up their battery. So hopefully Lawson will close up as the lap progresses.
Copy, copy.
And we'll put Porsche into harvest. A, to try and get some battery back in the car. B, to just drop back a little bit off of Joe to help Lawson catch up again and get back into the DRS zone. We see that gap now down to about 1.3. There he is. He is closing. Now about a second, so we should hopefully, by the time we get out of, get to the bus stop, we should be back in range. or at the very least, able to get in range by the time we get to La Source for the run down to Eau Rouge. And I would love to jump on Joe now and try and get through, but I've got to make sure Lawson gets in range. Oh, I can't afford to let him get dropped. Oh, shit. Porsche's got dropped in the process. Oh, that's not good.
Copy.
All right, Porsche will close up. What does my car excel at the most? It excels at sucking. It's got slightly better downforce than a couple of cars on the grid, but you know, everything else is pretty much rubbish. So yeah, it doesn't really have any strong points. It's just not quite as bad as other cars in certain areas. Right, now we've dropped off the pace again as Zhou has closed back up. Hopefully we can close the gap without needing to push the battery. We have actually taken about half a second out of Zhou.
Okay, copy, good.
Driver confidence is another thing that really affects the pace of the car as well. If we can keep our confidence high, we can keep our pace up more consistently, which is why I decided to just not qualify and start from the back. I wanted to give us that opportunity to keep our confidence in these early laps rather than dropping backwards as the AI pushes faster than we can cope with, and just get overtaken and start bleeding confidence, as has happened to us so often.
Okay, copy, copy.
Please tell me I didn't drop Lawson. I dropped Lawson. God damn it.
Copy.
Had a little look at Joe there into Le Com. He thought better of it.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Taking a look at tyre wear. Pretty much everybody in front of us is going to box before us. It is time for us to start making some moves forward.
Copy.
And we get the move done on Joe at the bus stop. With the DRS and the battery, we've got a chance to get onto Magnussen, and we've also set up Lawson for a look at the source. He thinks better of it. And there we go, we're into range of Magnussen. And Lawson is having a look and gets the move done through Radeon. That is brave. That is very brave. I want to see a replay of that.
Copy, copy.
Let's see what happened there. Now we're watching the action closely here.
Oh, goes side by side through Eau Rouge and then completes at the top of Radeon. That is shades of Mark
And
Webber.
the overtake is made.
And we're past Magnussen as well. Lovely stuff. Going to keep pushing on, see if we can break away from Magnussen. And get on to Sargent.
Copy that. Copy. Copy.
And all of that for an almost non-existent gain in confidence. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Lawson doing a little bit better. And Lawson gets the move done at the bus stop.
Copy.
And I managed to drop Magnussen as well. I'm a little way off the back of Porsche, but we have dropped Magnussen. For now.
Copy.
And there we go. We are through on Sargent as well. And again, a tiny little gain, and that's wide from Sargent. Just kept that out of the wall. See if it shows him going wide on the rear cam. There we go. He got very close to the wall there. Oh, mistake for Hulkenberg.
Yellow's into that area.
Copy.
There he is. He had a spin. Did he put it in the wall? No, he didn't. The gravel slowed him down very quickly there.
Copy. Yeah, copy. Copy.
Did I open up enough of a gap to Sargent? Not quite. I thought I could just sprint and break the DRS there. Couldn't quite manage it.
Copy. Copy.
So again, we're not showing amazing pace. You can see how far off the leaders we are. But we are in a pretty strong position. We're up to 17th and 20th, which is more than we need. Just. And more importantly, our confidence is very good right now.
Copy. Copy.
And Hulkenberg is into the pits. That spin obviously hurting his tyres to the point where he felt he couldn't really continue on them. We got a yellow flag. Please don't be one of my drivers. It's not. It's Sargent making a mistake. And it's a bad stop for Hulkenberg.
Now we can see what happened. Now this is Logan Sargent. Things look fine here. The brakes.
Oh yeah, big lockup.
And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
And there goes Hulkenberg, finally out of the pits
And there's been
on a
slow
new
pit
set of
stop.
hard tyres. Now I can start to save some battery.
Copy.
Oh, Sargent's got a puncture. We saw his tyres drop to 0 right as we switched the tyres on there. Yeah, that lockup just absolutely destroyed his rear tyres. And his right has punctured. Can he make it back to the pits? A lockup for Magnussen.
Take a look here.
Guys,
If we
all of a
watch
sudden,
Magnussen,
everyone's just making
Nothing wrong
mistakes.
so far.
They're all pushing because they're getting ready to
Very
box.
heavy on the brakes, but that's just the risk you
That's a
take.
big
the later
lockup.
you leave it.
And Magnussen is now at risk of a puncture. He's at 21% left on those tyres. Can Sargent make it back to the pits before his other tyres start to go as well? Can Magnussen make it back without getting a puncture? Here comes Hulkenberg. He's going to swoop past him. And we are now sitting pretty in 17th and 18th. Magnussen is going to make it back. He's going to box now, surely. There he goes. And he's going for mediums. Not a quick stop.
Come on, mate.
And the Sargent somehow crawling back into the pits. Is this to retire? No, he is going to change tyres and try and stay on. Mediums. It's a good stop, actually. But it's going to put him almost a lap down, look. Max just coming out of the bus stop now. And I'm a little worried that we're not saving fuel fast enough here. I might have been a bit ambitious by taking 3 laps of fuel out. I might have to do some fuel saving a little bit later on. Let's get through to our pit stops first of all. Bottas is in.
You ready?
Zhou's coming in as well. It's soft tyres for Valtteri. So he's going for a similar strategy to us. And mediums for Joe. I do wonder if we're going to see one stops here from some of the cars. I think some of the leaders are certainly probably going to look at a one stop. Joe gets out just behind Magnussen. Sargent very close to being lapped. Can we see Max? Not quite, almost coming into shot. We'll see him in a minute. There is Max, and we also see Norris diving into the pits. Another set of softs, so a two-stop for Norris. Pretty good stop. Where's he going to feed out? Gets out ahead of George. George looks like he's going for a one-stop. He's still at 61%. May well go for a set of hards. I think Perez is going to go for a one-stop. Gasly's in. We were closing in on him. There you just see Porsche disappearing through. That's Lawson. Thought we might catch him in time to overtake him, but he peeled off before we got there. He's gone for another set of softs. Will he get out in front of Valtteri? No, there goes Valtteri. So we've got about a 10-second gap at the moment to Bottas, but he's on much better tyres than us now. Sargent been lapped yet? No, not yet. It's getting closer though. Max might well box very, very soon. What's his time? Oh, he's still at 56% on those softs. Wow. Yeah, he is going for a one stop. He's looking after those tyres by the look of it. Going to box Lawson next lap. Porsche the lap after that.
Copy box.
There we go. Won't be a doorstop. They're too close. Bottas has taken 3 seconds out of us so far. There he is. He is closing in. I could have gone an extra couple of laps with both cars, but I'm very reticent of the fact that we are being caught very quickly. And like I said, it's all about protecting our confidence levels. Because it's so hard to gain it, so easy to lose it at the moment. We are lapping quicker than Albon, who is probably going to box this lap. Ricciardo is in. Albon stays out. Interesting. Clean stop, but not quick. 2.9 seconds. There goes Hulkenberg. We'll get the DRS. That has unfortunately counted as an overtake against us and drained a big chunk of confidence. We'll sit behind for a lap just to build up a bit more battery. Sainz is into the pits. Soft tyres, so that's a 2-stop for Sainz. Go through Stavolo with Porsche. He is coming to the pits this lap. Albon surely is boxing. Same as Ocon. Ocon boxes. Albon boxes. We took a second and a half out of Albon, I think, on that last lap. Or close to.
Copy.
Another 2.9 second stop. Porsche out comfortably ahead of Hulkenberg. There he is. There's Lawson. Has dropped off a little bit. Have to push the battery again now to stay away from Joe. Tyres aren't up to temperature yet, but I don't want to push them. I want them to come in normally, naturally. They're almost there.
Okay, copy.
And there we go. Tyres now at the right temperature.
Copy.
And I'm actually going to have to push the tyres on this lap. Alright, so I'm going to get caught. Yellow flag. Someone has spun. It's
So
Magnussen.
this is what happened. Now with
Not
the
a good
Haas.
race for Magnussen.
Whoa, and there it goes. Not a mistake they'll want to make again.
Almost dropped Joe. I think he got the DRS this time. Yes, he did. But I should be able to break away on this lap. So I hope I can break away. Tyres actually out of the temperature window again. And Joe has caught me. So I'm going to just
Copy.
slowly try and rebuild the battery, stay ahead. Porsche's tyres not there yet. But he is on a personal best lap. Opening the gap back up again to Hulkenberg. We're trying to. Hulkenberg's going with us. We're trying to go with us.
Copy.
Lawson's now 3 seconds behind. He's pushing those hard tyres very hard indeed.
Copy.
We fought off Joe, but at what cost? Because he now has got DRS for the Camel Straight.
Copy that. Copy.
We were quick enough to stay ahead. Time for us to settle the tyres down again. Alonso into the pits. Not many cars left to stop now. Max, Perez, Leclerc, Piastri, Russell. The only ones who have yet to stop. And it's not a good stop for Alonso. Problem with the front left tyre. Oh, Hamilton, if I didn't mention Hamilton, he's going to be stopping at the end of this lap. Trying to make a run on Ricciardo, who has stopped. And is on much better tyres right now. Joe has another look. This time he gets through. But we're going to try and retake the place. Don't take it before the DRS line. I think we were okay there, so we should come out ahead with the DRS. And we did. Fantastic. Fantastic. But it counted as an overtake. So confidence has dropped again. And now let's see if we can break away now that we've built up a nice little lead. That might have been the last roll of the dice there for Joe. Hulkenberg has pushed on still. Look at those tyres down to 68% now. He really is hammering them. He tries to get back onto Porsche.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one. Over to you, Karun.
Problem for Oscar.
So here we see Piastri's team standing by.
And again, it's that front left tyre.
That tyre isn't tightened enough, though.
Right, we're closing in on Gasly, whose tyres are falling apart already. He stopped only a few laps before us, and you can see the difference in tyre wear. And we have left Joe behind, so we can save what's left of the battery now. Hamilton finally boxes, comes out on a set of mediums. We haven't just closed in on Gasly. Bottas is only just a little bit ahead, and so is Albon. We could actually be on for a much better result tonight than I was expecting. I really don't know where the pace has come from, because the car doesn't suggest good pace at all. The drivers are still young, they're still rookies, they're still learning. But this actually fills me with a little bit of confidence going forward for the upgrades. If we can lap at this kind of pace and close the gap like this here without the new upgrades, what could we do with the upgrades? Again, have to try and temper my expectations of pace, because other teams are surely going to bring upgrades as well, but it's looking all right for us at the moment. Pourchaire and Lawson both one place above where they need to finish for the sponsors, and we're quicker than the cars in front of us right now. Do I think they'll rework the confidence or fix it? I'm not sure the confidence is the problem, but definitely the boosting from the mentality hub is a bit overpowered at the moment. That is being investigated for a rework. Gasly might try and punch his way back through again here.
Copy that.
So let's pick up the pace.
And we fight him off. And I'm going to start saving a little bit of fuel, because we haven't been lapped yet, and we're not actually close to being lapped. So, yeah, we need to start saving some fuel.
Copy.
Evening, Clark. How goes it? It actually goes quite well tonight. Better than I was hoping and expecting.
Okay.
Magnussen is into the pits again.
Copy, copy.
We line up a move on Valtteri. Will we get it done? Yes, we will. Very nice indeed.
So let's take a look at the replay. Now we're watching the action closely here. There's the opening.
What's my favourite circuit on the game? I'm a huge fan of this circuit, you know, both in the game and real life. Silverstone's a great circuit, but it's a tricky one to race at. Not sure. Singapore's one of those races where you can make up a lot of positions, you know, because the chance for a safety car there is pretty high. I like racing at Mexico, at least with a decent car. Ours might not really be well suited for that. But I always enjoy racing here. You can see Valtteri has dropped away. He's holding up Hulkenberg at the moment, which is good for us. Hulkenberg is really pushing hard because he's got past Gasly. And he's all over the back of Valtteri. We were watching Lawson, I think, there, not Porsche. And he dives through. Not going to get the DRS, but he will start closing us back down again if he keeps pushing the way he has been doing. Let's see. 152.0. We are closing on Bottas and co. Although their pace might up and now that they are getting a tow here from Hulkenberg. I expect Hulkenberg will drop Valtteri on the rest of the lap here. And yeah, there we go. He's dropped him already. So now we need Gasly to get held up. Russell is into the pits. Max has now stopped. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Norris and closing quickly. Currently the fastest lap holder. You can see Lawson is just closing and closing and closing. We'll see him popping into shot in a moment. This Bottas into the pits. It is. So he did a good job for us. There we are. Allowed us to close the gap quite nicely there. Took about a second out of them. 1.7 seconds there on that lap. That's a bad stop for Valtteri as well, and he's going mediums. That's probably him to the end now. That's dropped him out of the way. What happened to Lawson? Didn't he have better car? No, Porsche has the better car. I mean, they're identical apart from the underfloor. We broke an underfloor just through wear and tear. So I only had one remaining of the Mark II underfloors. And we kept that on Porsche because, you know, he has the best chance on paper to achieve the best result. But Lawson is 2 places above where I said he would finish as far as the sponsors go. Again, if I'd known what our pace was going to be like here, I would have actually gone more aggressive on both of them. I think I took the aggressive option with Porsche, but I went with the average. There, the middle option with Lawson. I should have gone the more aggressive there because he is currently in the right place for that. But damned if you do, damned if you don't. Pretty much sure that if I had gone more aggressive, we would have ended up with a mistake somewhere and lost out. The big difference is we've been able to keep our confidence high by starting deliberately at the back and not qualifying. And it has served us well. As Hulkenberg now boxes, he has absolutely shredded those hard tyres to be in this early. As Gasly comes in as well. There goes Lawson. And it's medium tyres, so that's going to be to the end there for Hulkenberg. It's a good stop this time. Not a great stop for Gasly, I don't think. Mediums for him to the end. And he will come out behind the leaders. So he is now a lap down. So Joe is the car behind us. 6.5 seconds back. Hulkenberg another 1.5 seconds behind. Got to be careful we don't lose ground too quickly to Hulkenberg now. We will be quicker than him when we come back out, so we will catch him back up. But I am a little wary of Lawson maybe getting caught up. Stagger the stops. Max is now 3 seconds clear of Norris. On his way to yet another victory. Norris has got to stop again. And Hulkenberg is past Joe already. That did not take long. Hopefully Joe will give him some grief down the Camel Straight. Get back in front of him again. He's having a look. They're both about to get blue flagged for Max. And there we go. Joe goes through. And there is the blue flag for Hulkenberg. Gets past at a really good spot, actually. It's a great place to let a leader through just there, because it's a very short run, so you don't lose too much pace. Much better than where Joe had to pull over. He lost a lot more ground. And Hulkenberg just straight through again. Joe's tyres are giving up. Hulkenberg has so much more grip right now.
You ready?
Copy, copy.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Really do not want to get lapped. Oh, got a yellow flag. Norris dives into the pits. Lock up for Joe.
Look. Here we are now, down at turn 17. And there's the lockup.
That's a huge lockup.
To do much about it.
That's going to destroy those tyres. It's back underway again. Max is closing on Lawson. And there's Hulkenberg in the background. He's lapping 4 seconds, 4.7 seconds faster than Lawson on that last lap.
Okay, copy. Okay.
Is that all the pace you have? Is that all?
Copy.
I'm just going to hope here that I get pulled over at a nice, convenient place. And don't lose too much time. With Hulkenberg lurking like that, I really don't want to have to lift in a really bad spot. Come on, get me here at the bus stop. Get me at the bus stop. Nah, not quite. Yeah, that's not a good place. Look how much speed we lost. And that's allowed Hulkenberg to close right up.
Copy box. Copy.
So, we've saved 2.2 kilos of fuel now that we're a lap down. So we are going to need to save probably another 7-8 tenths of a kilo. The rest should come naturally.
Copy.
Can I stay ahead? He's going to have a lunge. And I'm going to have to lift to let him through. Ah, damn it. I hate when that happens. But did we trigger going into the pits before Hulkenberg made the lunge? If so, we might not have lost confidence there.
We're gonna box.
Copy.
Oh, there we go. 2.5. That's a better stop. Got leaders coming through. No, it triggered the overtake. Look. God damn it. Did I notice that during qualifying AI is extremely dumb, like starting a session, it's raining, and later on if it's dry, the AI will not try to get a better result. The AI is pretty good at, qualifying, but it doesn't always get it right. Do I think I'll get points this season? I don't know. Probably not, but I live in hope that we might sneak a point here or there.
Copy. Copy.
All right, into the pits for Teo.
Okay, copy, copy.
And he's now a lap down, as that was Max going through there. .5 again. Good second stop for both drivers now. We're going to come out just by Perez. There he is. Let's up the pace for a lap. Because Valtteri is about to get blue flagged for both for both Sainz and Norris. So I want to get close to try and pounce on that. Still wait for Perez to go through. Hasn't yet. There he goes.
Copy. Copy, copy.
Floor back, come on, let's push.
Copy.
Albon's into the pits. Don't think we're going to be able to get past him. No, he's out on the track again. It's a good lap from Lawson though, and the gap to Bottas is now just 2 seconds. Evening, Daniel.
Copy. Copy.
My push pace is enough to keep me just about on par with Perez and Leclerc here. I've not been lapped by Leclerc yet, or been blue flagged by him yet. But this is not pace that I can sustain. Leclerc is slowly closing in. Just want to get a really fast lap in, and then we'll ease off.
Copy.
There we go, 146.3. Not a bad lap.
Copy.
Lawson has caught Valtteri. And with Magnussen boxing, we are in 19th, one place above where we need to be. There's a chance for P14. Yes, there is, absolutely. And I think that will probably be as high as we can go. It's going to take a little bit of luck to get Albon. Hulkenberg we can get. Albon, I don't know. But I'll settle for 15th. I'll happily settle for 15th, because that is... 3 places above where I said Porsche would finish. And who knows, if we can get 15th, that might possibly be a happy / delighted result for the board. You never know.
Copy.
All right, here comes the second Ferrari of Sainz.
Copy.
Let's let him through there. And then
Copy.
let's see if we can stay with him for DRS down the Kemmel.
Copy.
What kind of upgrade have I got coming? There's a new underfloor and a new side pod in development right now. We'll be able to start the underfloor in production as soon as this race is done, and then we've got another week or so until the until the side pod is ready to go into manufacturing. Still need to save more fuel with Lawson.
Copy. Copy.
So the gap is getting bigger to Hulkenberg and Albon because we are having to blue flag ourselves.
Copy that.
But this is the last one we need to let through for a while. Piastri is not yet past Lawson. So got a little bit of a chance to push on now.
Copy.
I don't think we got the DRS this time. I think he was just a little bit too far ahead. Yeah, too far ahead. We're going to tow though. That'll help.
Copy, copy.
And we'll have the inside line through Rivage. But Bottas hangs it out wide.
I can do it.
So we'll just wait till the end of the lap then.
Copy.
Gasly's only 3 seconds ahead. There he is. So 17th is on the cards for Lawson tonight. Especially looking at Gasly's tyres. What's the most important thing to upgrade on the car? Depends who you ask. Some people will say, drag reduction. Some people will say downforce is king. When your car is crap, it doesn't really matter as long as you do get some upgrades on the car. Try and strip some weight out to improve acceleration, reduce drag to improve top speed. Improve your downforce to give you more speed through the corners. It's just, try and upgrade as much as you can rather than focusing on one specific thing.
Copy. Copy that.
Alright, so Hulkenberg is in the middle of blue flag hell right now, but he's getting blue flagged in a really good place just there. He got away without losing a lot of speed there, which is annoying. He has dropped considerably off the back of Albon though. He's lost about 4 seconds. And he's still got Sainz to come through and then Norris after that. Sainz is going to pull him over on the run up to La Source. Hopefully Norris will get him on the Camel Straight. don't think he will. I think he's close enough. I don't think Hulkenberg is close enough to get the DRS either. Let's keep an eye on the rear wing. See if it opens. Nope. And now we have a chance here to get past Gasly.
Copy.
Straight down the inside into Les Combes, and we are through. Lovely stuff.
Same fuel.
Copy. Copy.
Right, that's a bad place on the exit of Stavelot to have to lift and let through Norris. So that will definitely give us a chance to close the gap. We've gained about another second. And Hulkenberg has now lost 8 seconds to the back of Albon. When will I be starting on next year's car? I doubt I'm going to have the money to do any research this year. I think we're basically beginning running with the same car next year and just hope that the regulations are kind to us compared to the rest of the field. It's percentage-based reductions, and we don't have a lot to lose in that respect compared to some of the other teams that will lose considerably more. 30% of 35s is a lot less than 30% of 50s and 60s. Oh wow, we have left Gasly for dead. He's going to be boxing again, I think. Maybe. Well, he might try and go to the end. Hulkenberg's tyres are definitely giving up now. We should be closing him down. That is Piastri in the background. He's yet to catch Lawson. What's he lapping at the moment? He's doing 146s. He's only half a second quicker than... Well, not even that. Only a couple of tenths quicker than we are at the moment. So it might still be yet another few laps before we get caught by Lawson. And that's why Gasly's dropped off so much, because he has been passed by Piastri. Maybe Piastri was delayed a little bit on the last lap, getting past Bottas. Maybe this lap he'll be a bit quicker. Let's see as we cross the line. 147 as well. Let's not forget that was a DRS lap. A battery lap. So 149.2. Yeah, there we go. We are going to get lapped by Piastri. He's 2 seconds quicker than us. So he's going to get us on this lap.
Copy.
But 17th is good. That's 3 places above where I said Lawson could finish. Have I got any points yet this season? No, unfortunately, I have not. Still just a little bit too far out of reach, but as I say, we're going to have 2 upgrades on the car, I hope, at the next Grand Prix. So, chance for us to move forward a little bit. All depends on what upgrades the rest of the field's bringing as well. And there we go. We go through. We don't lose too much speed. Just there.
Copy.
And we managed to save a little bit of battery while we were waiting for him to go through. Gap now 4 seconds to Hulkenberg. So 15th is definitely on, but I think 14th is too far ahead. Oh, yellow flag. Who has made a mistake? It's Joe. That does not help us.
Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8.
It's going to be a big lockup, isn't it?
Struggling with
Oh,
the car.
yeah. Huge
What
amount of tyre
caused that,
smoke.
I wonder?
That's going to hurt those hard tyres very much. 58% on his tyres. What were they last lap? Let's have a quick look.
6 laps after this.
Okay.
They were 66. So yeah, he lost a good 8% of his tyres with that lockup there. We have 4.5 almost. Little under 5 laps to go for Lawson. A little bit less than that for Porsche. Now it's about 4.5 laps for Porsche. We are hunting down Hulkenberg. Gap now 3.2 seconds. There he is. Just going to let Lawson come home at that kind of pace. No need to push him anymore. He's comfortably ahead of Gasly, but he's not going to catch up to Porsche. So there's no point pushing the car. The other factor that might be explaining our pace tonight as well is we have brand new engines in the car, and I don't know what the engine situation is for the rest of the grid. Some of them could be on older engines, which might explain why they haven't been as quick as I thought they would be. Sargent is all the way down in last place now. What happened to him? A long way down.
Five laps to go.
Copy that.
4 laps to go. We are a lap down. And we are just 2.7 seconds now behind. And I'm going to start pushing the tyres.
And try to go faster.
Because Hulkenberg's going to start pushing now. You can see all of a sudden he's gone back up to 3.5 seconds ahead. Don't want to use the battery because I want to have something to actually fight with when we do catch up. And we are bringing that gap back down again. Am I enjoying F1 Manager 24 and is it better than 23? Yes. And yes. Do I want to save some fuel? No, it's 2.2 kilos for a lap of fuel. We are a lap down, so we are actually slightly overfueled now by a tenth with Porsche, and we're about where we need to be with Lawson. We will naturally just save a little bit extra in the last couple of laps, so I'm not worried about saving fuel.
Let's get him.
Let's see, can I actually get him on the run down to the Camel?
Copy.
4 laps.
Copy.
No, I can't, not this lap. But I can certainly close the gap significantly here. There we go, 1.5 seconds.
Very long way to go.
Copy.
When it's minus fuel, doesn't it mean you'll not finish the race? If I was on the lead lap, yes, but I'm a lap down. So I've got one less lap to race than than the leaders. Because when the leader crosses the line, that automatically means that, you know, I will finish the race when I cross the line.
Copy.
1.4 ahead. Come on.
Two laps to go, and this is the lap where we should hopefully get the run. Hulkenberg's tyres are at 37%. I don't want mine to do 2 laps at this pace, but I do want to make sure I get the move done this lap if I can. We're in the zone. Couldn't quite get the move done. Let's ease the tyres off. Let's save a little bit of battery. We'll have to wait and try and get him on the last lap. With Hulkenberg, it'll be down to the wire. Yeah, it looks like it now. Looks like it's going to go down to the final lap.
You're looking strong out there, mate. Come on, you have more there.
He's got just a little bit too much pace.
Copy. Copy. Copy.
If I can't get the DRS here, I'm in trouble. I'm not going to be able to get him.
Copy.
I can't get him. We'll keep pushing just in case he makes a mistake.
Copy.
Who knows, maybe we can lunge him at the bus stop. But I think he's got just a little bit too much for us. Good result though, 16th and 17th. That is way better than I thought we were going to do tonight. I thought I was going to be a fight to get 18th with Porsche, and I thought I would only just about get 20th, maybe 19th with Lawson. There it is, win number 12 for Max. He is absolutely walking this season. This race is going to beat last season's record of 19 victories. Gave it the best I could. Couldn't quite get Hulkenberg in the end. But I will take that all day long. Lawson's going to bring it home for a good 17th place. 23 seconds behind Porsche in the end, because we really went for it with Porsche's pace at the end and didn't with Lawson's. But comfortably ahead of Gasly, 6.5 seconds further back. And a good afternoon's racing all round, I think. And there we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Russell just beaten to the line by Tsunoda. And Stroll is just going to hold off Hamilton for the final point. Here comes Alonso. And there we go. Everyone is home and hosed.
Pierre Gasly there, coming back after the checkered flag.
It's a P18 finish, and let me assure you, no one wants to find themselves down there.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning this year. Amazing consistency.
Again, you hear the boos.
And there you have it. A
Good result
smiley
for
podium
Perez
lineup
tonight,
at the
third.
Belgian Grand Prix.
Best result in a while.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
It was a strangely mixed
Of course, it was a strangely mixed bag. Oh, I'm so sick of that fucking response there from Karun. Confirmation of the final result. It is another win for Max. Win number 12 out of 14 races. Will he beat the record of 19 wins in the season? It's definitely on at the moment. Sainz in second, up 3 places, and took the fastest lap in the end by half a second from, well, not half a second. He was half a second quicker than Max, but only a tenth quicker than Perez, who finished in third. That's his best result in quite a while. They see Leclerc in 4th place, down 2 places from where he started. Norris couldn't make his strategy work. The two of them were right behind Perez, so Perez didn't have it easy, had to hold on at the end there. And then a big gap back to Oscar in 6th place. Ricciardo in 7th place. Tsunoda, what a great drive for him, up 9 places to finish in 8th. Strong weekend for RB there, 10 more points for them in the Constructors. Russell down in 9th, Stroll in 10th, just holding off Hamilton for the final point. Then it's Alonso 12th, Ocon in 13th, Albon in 14th, Hulkenberg in 15th, 16th and 17th for us. We started deliberately at the back and we both gained 5 places. The importance of keeping that confidence really coming through there, and I might be doing that for the rest of the season now, I think, possibly. We'll see what the pace of the car's looking like in Zandvoort, I suppose. Gasly in 18th place, 5 places down for Bottas in 19th, 4 down for Magnussen in 20th. He had a spin and a big lockup. Not a great weekend for him. Joe in 21st just didn't have any pace, and I don't know what happened to Sargent, but he was down 9 places and the only car lapped twice. What happened to him? What happened to him indeed? In the driver's standings, there we see 353 points now for Max Verstappen. He is 119 points ahead of Carlos Sainz. He's well on his way to the title. What can you say? 12 wins, 3 sprint wins. It's, it's been an incredible season for Max so far. Norris in 3rd on 215 points, is now 19 behind Carlos. Leclerc on 192 closes the gap to Lando by 2 points. He is now 23 points behind Norris. Piastri in 5th with just 8 points tonight on 174. Perez now 30 points behind, gaining 15 tonight for his only his 2nd podium of the season. Yuki Tsunoda gets another 4 points. He's on 54 points, stretching his gap over Hamilton. Russell closes the gap to his teammates, just 1 behind now. Alonso in 10th is a long way back on 28 points. Stroll now just 1 point behind him with 27. Ricciardo closing the gap as well. He is just 4 points behind Stroll now. And then again, it's no points for the rest of the field. So still Hulkenberg, Ocon, Albon, Bottas, Porsche, Lawson, Sargent, Magnussen, and Joe and Gasly. In the constructors' standings, 40 points for Red Bull tonight. It's their biggest points haul for quite some time. 497 points now, stretching their lead by another 9 now over Ferrari. That gap is up to 71 points now. So it's looking like Red Bull are going to be able to take the constructors this season as well. And given, if Perez can keep returning his form like that tonight. McLaren now drifting further back in third. They're on 389 points now. They've lost out another 13 points to Ferrari tonight. And that gap is now up to 37 points. Mercedes fourth on 91 points. Coming under pressure from RB as the gap comes down to just 14. They're on 77 now. Aston on 55, just the 1 point for them tonight. And then it's Haas, Alpine, Williams, Sauber, and us all still on 0 points. 1 point could catapult us all the way up to 7th place. But getting that point would be very, very difficult. In the pit stop challenge, Alpine with the fastest stop tonight. Williams, second quickest. And 6th as well with Albon there. So massive points for Williams tonight. McLaren with just one car in the top 10. Same for Ferrari, same for Red Bull. We get some cars in the points as well. We get 6 points with Lawson there. Mercedes gets 4 with Hamilton, 2 points for RB and a point for Aston Martin. That will move things around a little bit in the standings. Let's take a look. Red Bull on 285 points, lose 5 points to McLaren tonight. So the gap has come down a little bit, but it's still pretty big. 52 points at the moment. 52. Ferrari on 191 points, still a way off at the moment, 42 points behind. Alpine, though, big points for them, 25 tonight. They are now just 5 points behind Ferrari. Aston Martin with just 1 point, lose a lot of ground on Alpine. RB try to close the gap. They reduced it by 1. It's now a 7-point gap. Williams jumping all the way up to level points now with RB. Both teams on 108 points. Sauber, no points for them tonight. They're on 66 still. Mercedes closed the gap to 5. We gained 6 much needed points to move us away from Haas. We've got a 13-point gap there now, but we're still a long way behind Mercedes. 24 points behind them at the moment. So the slowest time in the top 10 was a 2.56. Porsche, 2.57, just missing out in the end there. Very, very close. And we do come out with another $620,000. So much money needed. And that certainly goes a long way towards building our underfloors. And the design is now ready. Let's start to build these underfloors now. There you can see the performance gain we're looking to get. An extra 20.25 kilometers an hour. Nothing earth-shatteringly good, but it will help. Good downforce numbers. An extra 4+% there in the dirty air as well. That will definitely help us. And we need to build as many of these as we can. I've got 1.2 mil. I'm only going to build 2 of them, because I need to keep a little bit of money back for the side pods, which are about to become ready in a few days' time. So I can at least get one of those started. And there you can see, the reason we've got a bit more extra cash is from our sponsor engagements. An extra 437,500. No mandatory activities planned this month. We've got that spare front wing and the spare rear wing. Now we need to see whether or not anything broke during the race. Yes, it did. We've got 2 red dots. Okay, let's take a look at our inbox. So, in terms of strategy, we expected to finish in 21st. Our best position was 16th, so we were above target. Best strategy was a 1-stop. I would disagree with that. Best strategy for us was certainly a 2-stop. Sauber have better high-speed performance than us, so they're in a position to excel next race. Well, you say that, but they had better high-speed than us here, and we beat them, and a track that is almost entirely high-speed corners. So I'm not overly concerned by Sauber in that respect going into Zandvoort. The F2 feature results, it is a return to the top step for Isaac Hajar. Let's take a look at the full results. So in the sprint, Antonelli gets the win. Maini in second, Hajar in third, ahead of Pepe Marti, Maloney, Behrman, Correa, Crawford, Miata, and Martin. Where is... Who am I missing? Oh, it's Pepe, yeah, it's Pepe Marti. He's in fourth. That's not too bad. In the main race, it's Hajar from Crawford, Miata in third, Marti up into fourth place ahead of Maini, Antonelli in sixth, Behrman in eighth. Antonelli should still be top, but Behrman could be coming under pressure in the standings. Let's see how things are looking for the drivers. He is still in second place. Marti has closed the gap by another 10 points. Antonelli is now 34 points clear of his teammate there at the top. Hajar moves up 2 places into fourth with his win tonight. That's his first win of the season, his fourth podium. Bortoleto and Crawford both dropping down, despite good points there for Bortoleto for Crawford. Now just 12 points behind Bortoleto there. And Maini getting some decent points, jumping above Zane Maloney. There is the spare underfloor. We've got to do a new plan for the sponsors, but before we do that, let's take a look at what failed on the car. A front wing failed on both cars, so it's just as well I made that extra spare, because that's both of them immediately pressed into service, and we are now losing a suspension as well. Ah, God, constantly running out of money, running out of parts. So there we go. That's one. There goes my spare suspension, and another one is going to be needed because I haven't got a spare, and this one's going to break after the next race. How much is it going to cost me? 300 grand. It's going to take 8 days. Yep, I'll just have to delay the side pod slightly. Need that spare on the floor. That spare suspension. I've only got 168 grand now, so I might not be able to afford the side pods now. Oh, we are close to the end of the month, so I should get a little bit of money from the board. Let's do our sponsor plan for the next period of time. So, any mandatory activities? No. Let's have a look. Let's send the scouts off on a STEM tour. Do I have scouts? Did I even keep my scout? No, I haven't got scouts. So that would be a bad choice, because that would be a failure, which means I would come in under engagement target and underfunded as well. Let's go with a head of aero fuel advert. We'll go with a post-race debrief and a design center advert as well, because we're not likely to be using any of those. In fact, what about a CFD instead of head of aero? Okay, so that gets me just over engagement, and that should hopefully mean I'll get 2.65 mil at the end of the 6 weeks. I really hope I do. I kind of need that money. So we'll begin that sponsor plan. No, it's only going to give me 438k. I don't understand what's going on with that. I don't know if we're getting shafted financially here or not. I think we probably are. Right, nothing left to do now, but advance time a couple of days. All right, end of the month. We've got some more money through from the board. It's not a huge amount. We're back up to 1.4 mil. It's going to be enough to build a couple of side pods and a couple of spare parts. I still can't even get anywhere close to be able to afford the much needed upgrade to the factory. Let's see. Our affiliate Evelyn, who I want to desperately get rid of because she's costing me so much money, has gained a point in braking, a point in adaptability, and a point in accuracy. If we've got her, we may as well train her properly, I suppose. She is definitely struggling on control. Let's go with wet track to boost control and accuracy, and then smoothness and adaptability is just a nice little bonus. Let's have a look. How did our drivers develop? A point in smoothness and 3 points in accuracy for Porsche. Really nice. Only a point in adaptability for Lawson. Why is Porsche? I mean, he's in very high, but yeah, he's gaining so much compared to Lawson right now. Alpine have upgraded their race sim. Ferrari said it could be going better. I mean, they're second in the championship, second and fourth in the drivers. I think that's pretty good for them, considering how dominant Max has been this year. You know, Sainz has been doing well. Leclerc hasn't quite been hitting the same consistency. So, looks like art imitating life. Ferrari could be regretting letting Sainz go at the end of the season. Let's get our pit crew training done. So, I really want to focus on speed training. I'm going to push them hard. Really want to get those average pit stop times down. But I also don't want to neglect everything else. We'll give them that Sunday off, and then we'll go with a day of car building, and then we'll split our focus for the rest of the month's training. We've got back-to-back races between Zandvoort and Monza, so we won't be doing any training between those races. So this is it for the month, what we're putting in right now. And that's perfect. There we go. That's our training for the month. A lot of focus on in trying to reduce our pit stop times down. A little bit of boosting to our stats, just to basically try and maintain. They are going to dip by the end of the month. And a little bit of a boost to car building, again, just to try and maintain. But there, you can see by the end of the month, we will be saving about 700ths of a second, hopefully. So that should maybe get us a bit more consistently into the 2.5 second range. There we go. Right. Actually, let me have a quick double check on that again. I could get half a day of training in. Yeah, we'll do that. Half a day of training. Just to maintain those training stats. Excellent. So the relationship's now okay between Porsche and Rivera. It's still low between Lawson and Matos. Really need those bonds to improve. That definitely seems to have slowed down. It was much, much quicker to gain affinity with your driver in the previous game. So that is definitely something that seems to have changed. Because by now we would be probably at a good relationship with our driver at this point of the season on F1 Manager 23. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. I'm glad to see that they have made that a little bit harder. Let's advance time again. Okay, side pods are done, but we don't have a slot yet in manufacturing. We will do in a couple of days' time. There we go. That is our spare suspension. Zandvoort is 17 days away. And there we go. 2 side pods on the way. Just gotta really hope I don't do anything with the front wing, because that's not going to be good. Maybe I can squeeze the front wing in when the underfloors are done, because I don't have any spares on those at the moment. External contract offer. Someone's trying to poach Power Rivera. Haas are trying to steal. Oh my god, they've offered him a 5-season deal. Alright. His mentality is neutral. He's happy with his current salary. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. We'll offer him a 4-year deal. No, let's offer him a 3-year deal. Let's offer him 800 Let's offer him 800 grand. So a slight improvement. We'll offer him a 40k signing bonus. I'll put a breakout multiplier on there as well. See if he signs. Gonna have to do that with Pedro as well at some point, and possibly our drivers. Really don't want to lose Porsche. Let's actually go ahead and see if we can re-sign Porsche. Offer him a new contract now. Let's put him on a 4-year deal for next season. So he's on 3.3 at the moment. We'll push him up to... he's going to want a lot more than that. We'll offer him 6.5. We'll give him a 320,000 signing bonus. We're offering 15k if he can get into the points. There we go. Oh, Porsche has had an offer from Sauber. Yeah, they've offered him 5.7 mil. I offered him 6.5. So, yeah, hopefully he will accept our contract. Our head of aero has increased up to a 73 overall. How you doing, Mike? There's the new underfloor. Rivera has decided to re-sign with us. We will confirm that hire. Oh, look at that. We've got a good relationship between the two now. That will help. Right. I need spare front wings because I don't have any. I'm just going to build one for now because I might be up. No, I can't afford two. Because I might have to spend money to re-sign Porsche, and I do not want to go into actual debt. Which, if he turns around and says yes, I'll re-sign, will put me in debt if I build two wings. Ah! Alpine have offered. We've lost Teo. Shit. A 19th? Are you kidding me? Total cost of... he's already signed. He's already signed for Porsche. Yeah, look, contract first hire for Sauber. We offered him a 4-year deal. We offered him 6.5 mil. Look at that though. He's getting a race target bonus of 171,000 for finishing in 18th or higher. No wonder he signed. Jesus Christ. Damn. I need a new driver for next season. Oh, okay. I don't have a scout, so I'm going to need to hire a scout. Can't believe I've lost poor Cher after just 6 months. I should have locked him up on a longer deal earlier in the season. Lawson is out of contract at the end of the year, and I don't think I can afford to re-sign him either. Oh well, I may as well use that extra money that I've got now to build an extra front wing. I wonder what effect that's had on mentality that Porsche is leaving. He's really unhappy at the moment. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep Lawson either. So I might be having to replace both drivers at the end of the season. Where is Al? He's happy with current affinity level, which is a nice improvement. Contract salary. Yeah. Doesn't say anything specific about Porsche leaving, but it might do at the end of the year. Get Ricardo. No. Ricardo's going to cost way too much money. And he's not good enough, really. He's going to hurt us by signing him. His stats are going to decline. And he's going to cost me an arm and a leg. I won't be able to afford him. He'll just bankrupt me if I try and sign him. Yeah, there we go. Look, down to overall mentality negative. That's got to be a knock-on effect now of Porsche leaving, I think. Yeah, finally got good affinity. Look, took 26 weeks to get there. Jack Doohan could be an interesting possibility. Freddie Vesti is definitely someone else to consider signing as well. All right, we've got spare front wings. Zandvoort is 3 days away. I've got very little left in the way of money. What do I actually have now in terms of spare parts? 1 spare chassis, 2 spare front wings, 1 spare rear wing. 1 of the new side pods is ready. The 2 new underfloors are both ready. I've got 1 spare suspension. We will take a look at putting the new stuff on the car when we come back on Monday. For now, that is it. We are done with tonight's stream. A little bit shorter than planned because the race went really well and we kind of skipped qualifying as well. So saved a little bit of time there. But we got through our summer break. Just 3 days to go now till the Dutch Grand Prix. We've got those new side pods and underfloors to fit. We've got new drivers to find for next season because I don't think we're going to be able to keep Lawson. He's probably going to want more than we can afford on his contract renewal based on how things went with Porsche. So, yeah, we need to start scouting out replacements. I'm going to look at Freddie Vesti to slot in for Lawson. Hopefully the fact that he is still a reserve driver means he'll be more amenable to go in there, and he will have very good affinity already with Pedro Matos, which will help with confidence for the following season. And then we'll look at Doohan as a possibility as well for Porsche. We're also going to have a look at Kimi Antonelli. I don't know if it'll let me actually sign him, but we'll see, because he is still 17, so it might not let me offer him a contract for a race seat, even if it is just for next year. Might have to sign him to the see if I can sign him to the affiliate program instead, and then have Doohan and Vesti as our driver lineup for next season. Really disappointed that I couldn't keep hold of Teo. I had big hopes that he was going to be our star driver going forward, and he is going back to Sauber after just 6 months with us. He's decided to say, nope, I was better off where I was before, and now he's going to get a race seat. Who's he replacing, actually? Car 1. Does that mean he's replacing Valtteri? I wonder if he's replacing Valtteri. Who's in car 1? Ah, yeah, car 2, look. Car 2 for Joe. So Valtteri is out of a job. I mean, I could try and sign Valtteri, but he will absolutely bankrupt me. If you thought Ricciardo would be expensive, that's nothing compared to how much Valtteri is going to cost me. Yeah, Valtteri is not going to be in the Sauber next season. Wonder where he'll end up. Right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's race. Good result for us. A little bit of interesting contract drama there for us at the end as well. New upgrades to come on Monday. Don't forget, I am dropping a brand new video tomorrow. New style of F1 manager race video. That will go live at some point tomorrow in the afternoon. Probably around about 2, 3, something like that. Hour length. It's going to be a highlight kind of package rather than the full event. It's career mode, so we're going to be with Ferrari for the first couple of seasons, and then we'll see where we go from there. It's a trial. It's not confirmation of a brand new series yet. I'm putting it up there as a test to see what you guys think of it, and if you like it, then we will give it a bit more of an extended trial, and if that series gains a little bit of traction with an audience, then I will look to continue that. But it'll only be at weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, and that will be in place of us not streaming over the weekends. So keep an eye out for that over the weekends. Do please check it out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and like I say, if it gains traction and proves popular, then I will probably keep that series going for a while at least. So hope you'll check that out over the weekend. If not, I understand, and I will be back with more F1 Manager 24 on Monday. Look forward to seeing you then.